ahead and call tonight's meeting to order. Have the roll call.
Kessler.
Here.
Walters.
Here.
Rarden.
Here.
Ewert. Benner.
Here.
Parton.
Here.
Crum.
Here.
Thompson.
Tonight's invocation was given by Pastor Jennifer Witt of the Haysville United Methodist Church.
Let us pray. Holy and wonderful Lord, we do thank you for calling us here tonight that we might lead this community in faith and help us to continue to grow and to bless this community. We pray all of this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we start the other part of the special order of business, we have one item we need to add. We need to add insurance renewal under item E, other business. Anyone like to, Mr. Rudden?
Make a motion we add the insurance coverage renewal to E on
Other business.
other business. Second.
Motion second to add insurance renewal, item E, other business. Discussion? Question?
Kessler.
Yes.
Walters.
Yes.
Rarden.
Yes.
Benner.
Yes.
Parton.
Yes.
Crum.
Yes.
Okay, now we're going to go to the special order of business. We have our local VFWs here, and they're going to present the Officer of the Year Award. So we're going to turn it over to you guys.
Mayor, City Council, thank you very much for having us. My name is Vance Hill. I'm with Haysville Post 6957. To my left is Robin Ray, he's our post quartermaster. Larry Tyson, he's post trustee and past commander. We have Tom Gallegos, he's our senior vice commander right now. So every year we like to honor everybody, firefighter, law enforcement, teachers, EMT. We very much appreciate what everybody does for our community. So on behalf of the Veterans of Foreign Wars, we'd like to honor Justin Jacks this evening. Thank you. Congratulations. Just read the award.
Yeah, have me read it.
You all right?
Certificate of appreciation presented to Justin Tyler Jacks, police officer, City of Haysville. In grateful recognition of unyielding adherence to the highest ideals of law enforcement and in maintaining, preserving, and protecting the lawful rights of all citizens. I'd like to present that to you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Ray, can we get a formal
A big picture.
photo?
Get everyone in there.
You're going to give a speech, right?
The Officer Jack will give us a We'll see.
All right. Also, we'd like to invite you down to the post on Saturday night for 2 free steak dinners. All right. Down there, we'll already get steak. Thank you.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
We'll then move on to item B, and we have a proclamation. We're going to be naming the month of April as Fair Housing Month. So we need an approval for that proclamation. Mr. Kessler?
Make a motion we name April Fair Housing Month.
Second.
Motion second to approve the proclamation naming April as Fair Housing Month. Discussion? Question?
Kessler.
Yes.
Walters.
Yes.
Rarden.
Yes.
Benner.
Yes.
Parton.
Yes.
Crum.
Yes.
Move presentation and approval of minutes, minutes of March 12, 2018. Mr. Benner?
I'd make a motion that we approve the minutes of the March 12th, 2018 business meeting.
Second.
Motion second, approve the minutes, March 12, 2018. Discussion? Question?
Kessler.
Abstain?
Walters.
Yes.
Rarden.
Yes.
Benner.
Yes.
Parton.
Yes.
Crum.
Yes.
Item number 1, citizens to be heard, Sedgwick County Fire, they're not here. Did they send anything? No report or anything? Okay, we'll move on to item 2, approval of license and bonds. A, manufactured home park license renewal for the Park Avenue Estates, 1400 East K. Ms. Burton?
Make a motion, we approve the license for Park Avenue Estates, 1400 East Cape.
Second.
Motion second to approve the manufactured home park license for Park Avenue Estates. Discussion? Question?
Kessler?
Yes.
Walters?
Yes.
Burden?
Yes.
Benner?
Yes.
Horton?
Yes.
Crum?
Yes.
Item 3, introduction ordinances and resolutions. We have none. Item 4, notices and communications. A, governing body announcements. Anybody have any? If they don't, I have the senior center announcements that I'll make. On March 29th at Senior Center, there'll be free hearing checks and hearing aid cleaning at 12 o'clock. April 2nd, they've got the walking club at 9 a.m. at the Haysville Methodist Church, which is free. April 3rd, tops at 12:30. April 4th, bingo at 12:30, costs $2. And April 6th, the Bible study at 1 p.m. Mr. Crum?
Just want to remind everybody about the 060 Walks program through Haysville Healthy Habits. They've got 17 parts of 17 teams signed up. They've got 8 complete teams. They need some teams to fill out. They do have an option you can go on if you're interested in doing it. You can just sign up online for it, and they'll assign you to a team if somebody's short. If you want to do it that way, so I just want to remind everybody that starts on April 1st, and you can find that online through the Haysville Healthy Habits Facebook page.
Good. Seeing no other announcements, we'll move to item B, which is a memo to council regarding new business, the Haysville Nutrition, the 243 East Grant. Item C is letter for Arbor Day Foundation being named in Tree City, USA for another year. D, thank you card from Pat Ewert, and E is a Sedgwick County e-waste event flyer that they're having. Item 5, old business. A, KDHE project update.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Contractor is planning to finish installing the 83rd Street line. As you can see, the map in the packet, that almost completes the water main installation. Currently, KDHE plumbers are working on 81st Street just off of Seneca to start installing or connecting those homes to our water system. Also, the Broadway line clear down to the southern portion of the project has passed all testing, so the contractor will start tying in those side streets to the system. To date, they have installed just over 41,000 linear feet of pipe. I can answer any questions if you guys have any on the project.
Don't see any. Thank you, Doug. Item 6, other business. A, review of proposed changes to personnel manual.
I put a memo in the packet detailing most of the changes that are in there. I didn't address any typos or commas that we've added in to make sure those things are correct. One thing I would like to say is Tony has requested that we change Public Works Department Supervisors, Water, Wastewater, and Street from being called supervisors to being called superintendents, which is more of the industry standard as to what those department supervisors are called, superintendents. And then if we did that, we would go ahead and revise the organizational charts to reflect those title changes. So today it's basically there for a review, and if you've already looked at it and you have questions, we can answer any of those questions. And if you don't have any questions today, we'll put it on the agenda for approval next meeting. If you have reviewed it and you want to approve it today, we'd accept that as well.
Mr. Crown, question?
Yeah, well, we've done these for years, and I guess this question's never occurred to me. What is the process we go through when we do this? Do you just get together with all the mayor and the department heads and get together and talk about stuff? Or do you guys look at it yourself and then go to the department heads? Or where do we get input from?
Whenever anything comes up throughout the year between the last time we revised it, and we take notes on all those things that come up throughout the year. Then in department head meetings, we review the manual. Like this year, I read through the entire thing again, then incorporated everything that we discussed for the things that had come up throughout the year. And we talk about the proposed changes in department meetings for 2 or 3 months, and then review the changes with the mayor, and then bring it to council to look at.
We also run through the attorney.
Oh, yes.
Okay, thanks. I was just curious because that's some exciting reading.
Oh, yeah.
It's really exciting. Again, if you have no questions, you can approve it tonight. If you want to wait till next time, we'll put it back on and look for approval at that time if you, which way. Mr. Jordan?
I would like to make a motion to move it to the next council meeting to get a chance to go over it a little more. I got to read the highlights of it and everything, but I'd kind of like to read all of it.
Second.
Most second to table the annual street survey, the personnel manual, till next meeting. Discussion? Question?
Kessler?
Yes.
Walters?
Yes.
Burden?
Yes.
Spinner?
Yes.
Parton?
Yes.
Crum?
Yes.
Move item B, then, presentation of annual street survey. Every year, in the month of March, they do a full listing of all the streets in town that you were sent and give a grading to all those streets, and then present that survey plus the streets that are going to have use, slurry, and replacement, and then things over the years which you've been given. As you can see, because of our sales tax, we are now able to be doing our second round on several of the streets out there. Also, because of some of the streets are continuing to deteriorate, we've got the first street that we're going to be able to do a mill and overlay on, which means we're going to be pulling that thing back up and putting it back down. It's gotten that bad. But with that, we've been able to put this year $539,743.90 into street replacement and upgrades. I'll turn it over to Tony at that point.
I'll be very short since he covered most of it, but I think with the funding we've had the last few years, it's allowed us now to be more proactive instead of reactive. I think that's important. Last year, our valley gutters, we started addressing more dollars into. The feedback we've gotten from the residents that have been in the neighborhoods that have water not flowed down the street where it's supposed to has been crazy good. I mean, we've had Hillcrest and Alexander we did last year. I mean, those neighbors were high-fiving us. They've been issues they've been dealing with for a long time. Also, we'll be installing concrete aprons on 4 high-traffic roads that are directly off of Grand. Those would be Ballard, German, and South Jane. Also, our annual slurry seal project is detailed in this plan. This, of course, includes slurry sealing 71st Street West and Meridian. If you remember right, we did some patching a few years ago and then slurry sealed it again. We're planning to do that again to make it a little bit smoother ride. And as the mayor pointed out, Mimosa Drive has been the top of our street survey with deficiencies the last few years. With our funding and the amount of deficiencies it has, it does require a mill and overlay. So we have that price in there. This year we'll be working on just over 2.5 miles of road. And that's all I have. I can answer any questions if you guys have any.
What we'd like to do is get an approval for spending up to, and I think we just have to round it out to $540,000 for street repair, maintenance, and those type of things. That way we can start planning and buying materials and talking to the slurry people to get it done, knowing we already are set to go. Mr. Jordan?
There's no other questions. I will make a motion that we approve up to $540,000 to do the street work as the mayor has addressed.
Second.
Most second to approve spending $540,000 on street repair, maintenance, upgrades. Discussion? Question?
Kessler?
Yes.
Walters?
Yes.
Burden?
Yes.
Spinner?
Yes.
Parton?
Yes.
Crum?
Yes.
And who did the survey this year? Yourself and?
John Simon is
John.
our street supervisor.
So as you can see, it's really a pretty extensive to be doing it. So we want to thank Tony and John for doing this every year, because a lot of cities don't grade their streets. We are some of the only cities that go through and do grading. So it takes a long time, but it truly gives us a good idea what the streets are.
And to add one little tidbit, there are some cities that are actually tearing up their asphalt roads and putting down gravel roads. So we were extremely fortunate to be able to maintain our asphalt roads and not be doing that, because we know gravel roads do not do well with rain.
Very good. With that, we'll move to item C, consideration request to purchase wastewater service truck.
In the 2018 budget, we allotted $60,000 to purchase a lift station service truck. We have decided and purchase a truck similar to our last 2 trucks that we've ordered. They're 3/4 tons. This truck will be going to the supervisor, and it'll be handed down from there. Davis Moore Dodge was the lowest at $27,750. We're also proposing to purchase a service body and crane that will go on an existing truck. This will turn that truck into a lift station service truck. Kansas Truck Equipment was a low bid with the stall body and Stellar crane at $22,200. This will save us just over $10,000 what the budgeted number was. The initial thought was to buy a brand new lift station service truck. After a few meetings with staff, we decided to retrofit one truck to make a lift station truck and then just purchase another 3/4 ton for a supervisor.
Mr. Crump, question?
So I'm just double checking. So the two purchases cover the one budget item you had?
Correct.
And you're actually going to be, instead of $60,000, we're only spending about $50,000? Well, if there's no other discussion, I'll go ahead and make a motion that we approve the bid from Davis Moore Dodge for $27,750, and also the bid from Kansas Truck Equipment for $22,200 for the crane that goes with the truck.
Second.
Motion second to approve the purchase of the crane and truck as presented. Discussion? Question?
Kessler?
Yes.
Walters?
Yes.
Burden?
Yes.
Binner?
Yes.
Parton?
Yes.
Crum?
Yes.
Thank you. Move on to item D, consideration of proposed changes to hours at the HAP.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. After being at the Activity Center getting close to a year now, reviewing membership numbers and hours, I'd like to propose the following, suggesting that we keep our current hours that we have right now open the same year-round. Our numbers and our memberships are continuing to stay steady. The usage is steady. Looking today, our membership numbers are still over 700. With this, it would keep us open later during the week and then open on Sundays, which has seemed to accommodate all our members and they've been happy with. And this will also help out with some changes that we've done. A lot of registration for the pool will be now over at the Activity Center, and us staying open later will help with that. So I can try to answer any questions you might have.
Mr. Crump?
Georgie, as we keep staying busy over there and have things, is there any chance we could look at trying to do 2 or 3 hour stretch later on Fridays and Saturday nights? I know that South Y has a program that they get donations. They have people donate pizzas and stuff like that, and they open the gym up for like 2 or 3 hours, and high school kids from all over the area can go in there and play everything's open basically to them, and they get fed. They usually have to sit down for like 5 minutes, so they have somebody come in and will talk about whatever, community service or stuff like that. They've also tied it in real close with the Wichita Police Department, and they always have a uniformed officer there and another officer there that's in plain clothes that actually does activities with the kids and stuff like that. Do you think we could look at trying to do something like that?
Right now, we're kind of trying to keep up with everything that we have. I'm not going to lie, we've grown tremendously in the last year, and just the numbers that we're having in the volume at programs and everything, and we're evaluating staff and looking at the changes that we're going to make in this next year. So I'm not saying it's not something we can do in the future, and right now I don't think it's, during the summer the kids tend to go to the pool and they don't come in as much, but that may change this summer. So we're kind of looking to see what happens this summer with the middle school kids and with our summer elements programs and how we're going to accommodate all of them coming in. So I'm kind of seeing what kind of volume we're going to have from the kids and what usage we're going to have and going to make changes from there. So I'm kind of seeing what they want. Last year, the middle school kids didn't come over very much. I don't think they really knew we were there. They do now because they're there every day. 3 o'clock, the kids start coming over as soon as they get out of school, which is what we want. So it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. But I need to see what the summer usage is for kids coming in and how much they use the volleyball courts next door. With us being open until 9:30, I don't think it's too bad. But yeah, it's something we're going to look at. I just want to see what the usage is and when the kids come in and what we need to accommodate it with staff.
Okay, I didn't expect you to start it in May. I was
Sorry.
just wondering if that's something we could look at maybe in the
Yes,
future.
I'm working on stuff. It's just kind of a slow process. We have grown tremendously. You can ask the mayor. I complain to him a lot.
Okay, thanks.
And I've told her she needs more staff.
Yeah.
And I've heard a lot of good things about your mother-daughter and your father-daughter dance and your mother-son Nerf board thing, so.
Yeah, that was a good time Saturday. We ended up having 2 sessions, and we had a real good turnout, so it was
Tell them
fun.
about this dart thing. Tell me, I don't know about this dart thing.
So in the past, we've tried to do a dance like we do for daddy-daughter date night. It's never really went for mother-sons. My son personally has one that I don't want to go to the dance, so okay. So this year, we decided to do Nerf wars inside, where we had Nerf guns for people. Everybody had glasses, and we had boxes set up and 2 sides, and you basically have a 4-minute session, and you got to try to shoot people on the other side, and it was a lot of fun. So basically just shooting Nerf guns running around shooting each other. That's all it was. It was fun, and pizza. And Tony was jealous. So, but thank you, yeah, I've heard a lot of good things too.
We do have a proposal for extending the hours on Monday through Thursday and on Saturday, Sunday. So, Ms. Burton?
I propose we accept the proposed hours for the hack.
Second.
Motion second to accept the hours proposed for the hack. Discussion? Question?
Kessler?
Yes.
Walters?
Yes.
Rarden?
Yes.
Benner?
Yes.
Parton?
Yes.
Crum?
Yes.
Thank you.
We're going to then move on to item E, which is the insurance renewal. We have Tony with us today, Tony Madrigal of Madrigal Insurance. So, Tony, I'll let you take care of that. We do see that there's been a little increase. So we'll let you explain that, and then they can hit any questions they may have.
I assume you have a breakdown of the premium in your hands.
Yes, we do. Everybody has this.
Right. So you see an increase of $10,000 in premium, but there's a reason for increase in values. And part of that is a new rec center. And you purchased some newer automobiles. And we have the rec center at $3,406,248 and property at $319,177. And we did delete the location on Broadway. And you also added at 700 Sarah Lane 9 light poles and 9 light poles at 500 block through 700 block of Sarah Lane, and also 4 light poles at 160 each Carla Avenue. And you added a couple of pieces of equipment, a John Deere and a ProBrook laptop notebook, a couple of items. You did delete 9 autos, and most of those had liability, and we do have a credit coming for those. We changed computer systems. EMC was going through their change, and they're supposed to download, so we finally got it figured out, Janie. So we'll have a check coming for you. I don't know the amount yet because they made some mistakes didn't give you all the credit, so we will have a check coming. I'm guessing somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000. That's just a guess. So we want to be sure it's right and give you the right amount of money. So
It
those are
sounds
the
like most of
changes.
it's Georgie's fault.
Pardon?
Sounds like most of it's Georgie's fault.
Put it in your budget. Are there any questions that I can answer for anyone?
Mr. Crum?
Because I always like to bring up earthquakes. I noticed that we got an increase on the blanket catastrophe limit. Would that include earthquakes or?
No, the earthquake is what we need from you folks. EMC has a limit of $5 million that they will insure in any municipality. So we need a breakdown of which buildings you want covered and the amount up to the limit of $5 million, not each, but total of what you want. So that's
Would it have to be buildings or can, honestly, my biggest concern is the outdoor city pool. Because if that really got messed up, those things would cost a fortune to fix.
true. Well, we just need the amount of coverage for that pool. And how much you want to
Deductible
attach
each one
to
too,
it.
Tony?
Pardon?
Deductible?
And the deductible start at $50,000.
Okay.
Now, we're negotiating that, they're still working on that. when you give us.
Yeah, I mean, if it was totally wiped out, but the first 50,000 would be ours.
Correct.
Of each and every building, because it's 50,000
Correct.
per building. It's not 50,000
Yeah.
aggregate.
Yeah, and they are working to correct that.
Okay.
We're telling them that doesn't fly very well.
It's like some people
That
have
would not
heard
be
they're-
fun.
they've got a $150,000 house and their deductible's 100,000. That makes it kind of tough to buy the insurance.
We're too close to to Oklahoma, I think
Oklahoma.
that's the problem.
Okay.
And I even clear out in Andover where I live, I feel the tremors every once in a while, so. Any other questions?
If not, then we would need a motion to approve the insurance renewal, $229,997. No one wants to do it, so we're done. Mr. Kester?
Make a motion to approve the insurance renewal for $229,997. $229,997.
Second?
Motion second to approve the insurance renewal of $229,997. Discussion? Question?
Kessler?
Yes.
Walters?
Yes.
Burden?
Yes.
Bender?
Yes.
Parton?
Yes.
Harum?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming out. Where are we here? We're going to do some department reports, aren't we? Hey, Administrative Services, Will Black,
Zach has a party in the 060 announcement.
party in the 060.
In case you didn't know, party in the 060, Saturday, April 14th, 11 to 10:30 at the Haysville Activities Center and the surrounding area. Car, truck, and tractor show, 5K fun run, what am I forgetting? Sand volleyball tournament, live music, free live music, and drink local truck, food truck caravan, and kickball darts is happening. So come on out. Cars for the Cause. Part of the proceeds we're going from the party are going to Cars for the Cause, and they have selected Carter Strong or Carter Stegman, a local boy in town, as their cause. So come on out, party with us, and raise money for a good cause. So thank you.
Item B, City Clerk Cheney.
I have nothing to
Item C, Police Chief.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Our visiting officer this evening is Officer Dave Burns. He is currently a school resource officer assigned to Haysville Middle Schools, actually the middle school and West Middle School. So say hi to him as you go by out there. In addition, I wanted to remind everybody that Thursday, April 5th at 6:30, we're having our annual storm severe weather awareness training. It'll be next door in the courtroom. It's put on by Sedgwick County Emergency Management, so we always have a pretty good turnout. I want to encourage everybody that might be curious about the weather. It's open to the public, or want to see some good videos usually. Come on out and see that. And again, it'll be next door in the courtroom, April 5th at 6:30, from 6:30 to 8:30. Everybody's invited. Thank you.
Thank you. Item D, Public Works, Tony.
I have a project update on Orchard Acres and Dirk with some pictures, hopefully. About a week and a half ago, the final lift was put on Orchard Acres and Dirk. Kind of some before and after photos. This is facing east from Dirk Court. Dirk is, if you remember right, is one of the streets that has a stormwater pipe that was installed in it. This is facing the court section of it. Remarkable difference, and we've heard positive feedback from everybody. Here's curb. Previously they didn't have curb. Most of the homes in Orchard Acres had ditches in their front yard that filled in and didn't allow stormwater to run off in between driveways. So now this gives them back their front yard, and also gets the water to where it needs to go. So very positive improvement. And also one thing, the park department is in the process of turning water on to park playgrounds, but park restrooms. They have some of them on right now with the weather changing, so that process is taking place.
Thank you, Tony. And item E, Recreation, Georgie.
A Couple announcements. There is no school Friday due to Good Friday, so we will have a SOS Day at the Activity Center. And then on Monday, we will start sales for pool passes, swim lesson registration, and family passes. Also, summer camp for kindergarten through 5th grade enrollment will begin on April 2nd as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Georgie. Item 8, appointments. A, Carol Nugent, 134 Van Arsdale, reappointment to the Historic Committee for a 3-year term. Mr. Crum?
Make a motion that we have you appoint Carol Nugent to the 134 South Van Arsdale for a 3-year term of the Historic District.
Second.
Motion second to approve the appointment of Carol Nugent to the Historic Committee. Discussion? Questions?
Kessler?
Yes.
Walters?
Yes.
Rardon?
Yes.
Benner?
Yes.
Parton?
Yes.
Crum?
Yes.
Item 9, off-agenda citizens to be heard. Anyone who would like to come forward and talk to the council? Don't see anyone. We'll move on then to item 10, executive session. We have none scheduled. Item 11, A, bills be paid. A, bills be paid for the last half of March. Ms. Burton?
I make a motion to pay the bills for the last half of March.
Second.
Motion second, pay the last half of March bills. Discussion? Question?
Kessler?
Yes.
Walters?
Yes.
Rardon?
Yes.
Benner?
Yes.
Parton?
Yes.
Crum?
Yes.
Item 12, consent agenda, we have nothing. Item 13, council items. A, council concerns. Council? Mr. Jordan?
Chief, I don't know if it's you or Tony or who I got a call yesterday afternoon. I guess there's been an ongoing deal of after when school's out, a lot of the junior high kids are going over to do Riggs Park, and they have tore up the slide and a couple of the swings and stuff. I guess there's quite a gathering right after school. There's been quite a gathering there, and some parents. I hadn't had a chance to get with Mr. Crum, but I went over there this afternoon, and there's a lot of that equipment that they're getting on top of it. You know, that fiberglass stuff, they're getting on it and bouncing on it and jumping on it, and they're tearing it up. I mean, we spent a lot of money refurbishing our parks and putting new equipment in. I mean, to me, it's sad that, you know, that the kids have to go over there. It's there for them, but, you know, the slides and stuff like that, that's for the little kids. That's not for the big kids to go up there and jump on and try to tear up and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't get a chance to write it up, but I thought I would just bring it.
Okay, great.
We'll check into the equipment over there, and I know we do have regular patrols over there. In fact, Officer Burns is one of them, that he'll actually park his car over there, and there's groups of kids that he walks down the street to make sure they continue to walk down the street. See that on any given day. And it's not that we're being mean, we just have to make sure that there's certain groups of kids that keep moving along, because when they stop and grow stagnant, they get in trouble. So
Okay.
we just try to keep them all moving, so if you see officers out there, it's not that somebody's done something wrong. We just are out there having a presence there and making sure everybody's keeping moving, but we will keep an eye on that.
Right, thanks.
Mr. Crum?
I'm not really concerned, just kind of wanted to give an update. Swim to a Wish this year. The most campus had ever done in one year was last year. We did $12,669, so our goal this year was $12,670. We actually ended up at $14,100. The event itself went over $40,000 this year, which means in 6 years, Swim to a Wish, which we started at campus, has given over $200,000 to Make-A-Wish. So I'm really proud of that. And also wanted to kind of give a shout out. Today is my mother and father's 64th wedding anniversary, and I just want to say happy anniversary.
Seeing no other council concerns, we've got item B, council action request updates. We have none. And then item 14, adjournment.
Mayor, council, make the motion we adjourn tonight's meeting.
Second.
Motion and second to adjourn. Discussion? Question?
Kessler?
Yes.
Walters?
Yes.
Rardon?
Yes.
Benner?
Yes.
Parton?
Yes.
Crum?
Yes.
Thank you.